the first mistake to avoid, and that is living in this space of fear. It was constant. Even though I had qualifications, I'd been in business at that time for probably about 4 years. I was still bringing in money every month, but I was so fearful. I was so fearful of losing what I had. I was so fearful of losing the people around me. I was so fearful that I was going to have to like put my head down and say, oh, I tried this entrepreneur thing. It didn't work. Is anyone hiring? I didn't get anywhere. I didn't get anywhere at all. I started to just kind of go into this place where I was very sad. I was very sad. I was drinking even more. I was drinking a lot. I was really sad. And it was like I was waiting every day for some sign to be like, this is it, you're done, right? So I was constantly living in fear and not winning contracts. But I never put the two together. I thought they were unrelated. So an amazing thing happened in my life, and that is I started to stumble upon solid mentors. For several years, there were people who I met in maybe Orlando or met other places in Florida. I would meet on trips across the United States who wanted to mentor me or help me. I'd taken courses, but remember, I wasn't really winning. I was living in fear, moved to Miami Beach, not winning contracts. So I was like, something's got to change. Something's got to change. So what ended up occurring is I was selected to participate in a program. It was an entrepreneurial leadership program. I started going through it and met every week for several months. And then on top of it, I ended up having a group of mentors in Orlando, Florida. I'm starting to go through a transformation. I'm learning. I have mentors. And what ended up occurring is I went from this Dr. Kizzy Parks, business owner. I really started to learn like more and more what it meant to be an owner and to act like an owner. And I started to gain more and more confidence because it wasn't the technical part so much. Because remember, I'd won some contracts, but I was living in fear. I wasn't winning any new contracts. I was in this depression and I was drinking a lot. As I'm starting to learn and get mentored through these two programs, I also got sober, which will be a video for another day. So I ended up in a situation where my personal trainer had an intervention with me right there in the gym, Miami Beach off of West Avenue, if anyone here is familiar with that part of town. And I started to go to the Sobe room, which is an AA location. So at this point in time, it's July of 2013 and my sobriety date's 28th. So start getting sober, going through these two programs. I live in Miami, scared every day I'm not going to be able to pay my rent, and I'm still not winning contracts right around July. Within a few months of sobriety, few months of going through these various programs, all of this changed. That fear that I had, it was like huge. It was like more than just a gorilla or Godzilla. It was like Atlas. It was like if Atlas shrugged, it was like I felt like the whole world was here. I remember times where I was so down and out, like I was lying on the floor. I used to have these area rugs in the apartment in Miami Beach, which I still live in today. And so I would just be on the floor, just crying and just a mess. So a few months after these transformations, sobriety programs, the development programs, I ended up getting sole sourced our very first multi-million-dollar contract through my flagship company, KPC. It was September 2013. is when the contract was signed. And like 2 days later, the government shut down. I mean, it worked out for the best. It wasn't shut down for that long. But I know the reason that I received that contract at that particular time is because I was growing and I had a mentor. Because I had this block that I'm not going to be able to get it. These things are rigged. I keep trying. I guess this is all I'm going to get. I've gotten enough. Do I really need more? It was this, again, scarcity mentality, this fearful mentality, this I have no control over all kind of mentality, because I was going to the actual tactical. I was rushing toward the different approaches, the techniques. That's where I was focused. That is where I was focused. I thought, oh, I just find more opportunities in Sam. I just partner with more people. I just keep going to these events that are not leading to anything, but magically that's what's supposed to happen. And it wasn't that at all. It wasn't. It had to do with me. It had to do with how I saw the world of government contracting, as well as how I saw myself. To receive the mentorship through those programs, I had to be willing to evolve and continuously evolve.